Hello, my name's Andrew Kirby and welcome to the Creator Monetization community. In this video, I want to go through how you can go from creator prison to creator freedom in 21 days. But what exactly is creator prison? Well, you're a YouTuber with 100,000 subscribers, you're monetizing through AdSense and sponsors and maybe some poorly converting courses, and you know that you could be making more money, but you don't know how, or you don't want to be a sellout. And as a result of this, you're pretty stressed out. Your income fluctuates. Some months you make 20K, 30K, other months you make 5K or 10K. And that's stressful. Of course it's stressful. How are you supposed to build a team? How are you supposed to think long term if your income is constantly fluctuating? On top of that, you're stuck on a content treadmill. You're constantly forced to make videos that you don't really enjoy making because you just want to get the most amount of views possible. And because your income fluctuates, you're reliant on the YouTube algorithm. You're reliant on making videos that you think are going to hit the algorithm, that your audience is going to love, so that you can make views, that you can pay the bills. Again, that's not the most fun. Every week you get up and it's like, what's the next video? What's the next video? What's the next video? Not the next video. And it's impossible to step off of that treadmill because if you do, you won't earn enough and you won't be able to continue in the career that you want to have. On top of that, that means that you're forced to do things that you don't like. Because you're restricted by your external circumstances, by the income that you're making, it's impossible for you to just say, screw it, I'm gonna make the videos that I wanna make. On top of that, that leaves you feeling burned out, tired, bored, and frustrated. I know this because I was there. Maybe you don't feel like you're in a prison. Maybe the situation is not so bad, but just bear with me. Then there's creator freedom. On the other side of things, you're earning $100,000 a month consistently. And because of that, you're able to afford to build an A-player team that's going to allow you to make better content and grow quicker. And because you're making 100 grand a month, you're able to have the freedom to work when you want, where you want, and your freedom to have a focus on what you want to do. You can step off the treadmill, stop making videos you don't want to make for people that you don't really like, and just focus on expressing yourself creatively. That's what creator freedom is. Now, if you're in this group and you have 100,000 subscribers, your goal should be minimum $100,000 a month. For many of the people in this group, it's possible to make a lot more than that, but $100,000 a month should be your hygiene standard. It's the amount that you refuse to go under. And I believe if you're in this community, you have 100,000 subscribers, it's possible for you to make that much, if not a lot more. Now, in this protocol, not just this video, but in this series of videos and action steps, we're going to take you from creator prison to creator freedom, where you're earning $100,000 a month consistently with a lot of freedom in 21 days. How do you know that's possible? Well, we've seen it a few times. First of all, we've helped Hamza go from $20,000 a month to $200,000 a month in 45 days. Click on this video if you want to, beneath this video, and you can see this testimonial where Hamza breaks through all the different earnings that he has now compared to all the different earnings that he had before. On top of this, we've seen someone like Ali Abdal, who I'm good friends with, go from, I can't remember the exact amount before, but now he makes $4 million a year simply from part-time YouTuber Academy. One monetization strategy brought him from struggling as a creator, having to do a lot of things himself, to making $4 million a year and having a lot of freedom to do the things that he wants to do. Thomas Frank had a 3 million subscriber YouTube channel, but yet he shut it down and started up a new YouTube channel, which only has 200,000 subscribers, and he makes $100,000 a month from that 200,000 subscriber channel. $100,000 a month, he reached creator freedom, not from his main channel, but from a much, much, much smaller audience. And to prove the point that the bigger the audience isn't reflective of the more money you make, one of my friends, Charlie Morgan, makes $1 million a month with 30,000 subscribers. So this transformation from creator prison to creator freedom and $100,000 a month consistently is very possible, and it's very possible to do it in a short period of time because you've already done the hard work. You have a skill. You are in the unique situation of having a large audience, and that makes you special. Most people fail. Most people upload a few videos and stop. Not only did you stay consistent, you're able to produce videos at high enough quality that you're able to garner attention. And given the competition you have, that's a very difficult thing to do. What that reveals to me is that you have something special, and that something special is the reason why I'm confident you can make $100,000 a month and beyond, whereas most other people can't. I know this because I experienced it firsthand. There was a point where I had a decent audience, but I was making no money at all. I was at university studying a degree that I hated, marketing, which is going to lead me on a career trajectory that I hated, but yet I couldn't stop because I didn't have enough money. You can even see in this picture, My bed literally didn't have a sheet. I didn't have a sheet on my bed, and I was forced to make videos that I hated in order to make enough to survive. And I tried a lot of things to make money, including selling these MP3 players. I would buy these little MP3 players from China for like $2. I'd put a journaling course onto them and I would ship them out to people. Safe to say, I didn't make a lot of money. I made some money, which as you can see, oh, this is interesting. Oh, I literally can't go on it because they think that I'm a dodgy. Maybe some recording? Who knows? Anyway, watch this video if you want to see my reaction to earning my first dollar online. It's quite interesting. And with so many doubts and a little understanding of monetization, life was a struggle. I even doubted my own ability, whether I could make it and how my audience would perceive me if I ever sold something. This was my mentor at the time, and you can see I asked him, one of my sticking points is believing that I can make a living out of this. I thought that it was impossible. Even though I had an audience, I didn't even think that it would be possible for me to make enough of an income online to drop out and go full time. And it was only when this fear of being trapped became greater than my fear of monetizing that I actually started taking things seriously. See, it reached a point where I got so worried that I was going to be on this creator treadmill, making videos I didn't really enjoy to try and reach the algorithm. Or even worse, I was going to get stuck and have to have a normal 9-to-5 marketing job that I would hate, working for a company that I hated. It was only when that fear became bigger than my fear of monetization that I actually launched something and started taking monetization seriously. But when that happened, I found this guy. His name's Sam Muffins, and I torrented illegally, sorry Sam, his course Consulting Accelerator. Don't worry, as soon as I made money from it, I paid back his higher level course, up level consulting, so it's not too bad, I hope. Anyway, from this course, who taught me about how I could monetize my audience, I launched a cohort-based course called Time Theory, which helps students and entrepreneurs beat procrastination. People seem to like it, and I went from $3,000 a month to $30,000 a month in 6 months. I 10x'd my revenue in 6 months. Now that I know what I'm doing, I could have done it a lot sooner, which is why I'm saying 21 days, it's possible for you to make $100,000 a month. But at the time, I was still figuring things out, and the 10x in 6 months isn't too bad. From there, I went up to $100,000 a month, and then $1 million over the course of a year, which you can see the Stripe screenshot of here. There's also PayPal, was another payment processor, which tops this up well over $1 million. But from there, I live in my dream apartment in the UK with a nice view. And more importantly, I found creative freedom. If you watch this video, which hopefully there you go, I can go on it now, I've been allowed. I basically walked through about how I reached financial freedom, and it was figuring out this creative monetization that allowed me to do this. And the reason why that was so impactful was because it allowed me to travel. It allowed me to stop uploading videos. I took a long break, try to figure out what it was that I was doing here on this earth, what it was that I found meaning in, what it was that made me happy. Travel the world. I went to Canada, LA, Thailand, Bali. I'm in Colombia at the moment. It really gave me the freedom to explore and not have to constantly stress about uploading the next video. So that was really, really cool. And as a result of going through that transformation, it was such a magical experience for me that now it's my mission to help creators earn what they deserve. Like I said, if you have an audience, you have something special, you deserve to be making a lot of money. Think about how many people, 100,000 people is as well. You are probably, if you're watching this, earning a lot less than you deserve to make. And it's my mission to help you make what you deserve. Now, what's in it for me? Well, there's a lot of different reasons what's in it for me. One of them, I'm playing this game for 7 years and I like building relationships. 2 of them, it's fun to help people that I like. It's really satisfying and really fun. When I helped Hamza go from $20,000 a month to $200,000 a month, that was the most fun experience ever. Now he sends me gifts. He retired as dad, which just feels absolutely incredible. And he thanks me all the time. It's just like a really nice, fun feeling for me. But probably the simplest reason to explain is that I've made a deal with the founder of School, who is actually Sam Muffins, who, if we scroll up, is this guy, the guy that helped me figure out monetization in the first place. He sold consulting.com to start school.com, which is actually the platform that this community is hosted on. Up here, this is school.com. And having used School for a while, I've used it for years to host my communities and products like the Synthesizer School. If you haven't checked it out, it's a free community for consultants and educational content creators who are trying to reach financial freedom through creating content. 6,000 members here. It's been around for a long time. I started this a couple of years ago now, and it was hosted on School. I basically quickly realized that School is the best way for creators to monetize. And I'll explain a little bit more about why that's the case later. But when I figured that out, I went to the founder of School, Sam, and I said to him, if I help big creators become aware of School, would that be valuable enough for School to pay me? He said, sure. So now we're in the best case scenario ever, where School pays me to help you, and you don't have to pay a dime. So it's my mission to help you 10x your revenue to reach creator freedom, $100,000 a month and beyond. You don't have to pay me anything because School is paying me. But testimonials are appreciated. If I help you make a crazy transformation, please record a short testimonial explaining what it was like working with me. That's all I ask for. Now, getting into the specifics. How do we help creators go from creator prison to creator freedom and make $100,000 a month? Well, we call that the monetization protocol. And it all rests on the fundamental insight that ethical wealth creation is possible. The Naval tweet here says that understand that ethical wealth creation is possible. If you secretly despise wealth, it will elude you. And we live in a society that implants so many false beliefs around us, around monetization, that really restrict us from earning what we deserve. Often it's not our skills, it's not our beliefs, it's not our traits. Well, it is our beliefs. It's the beliefs that have been implanted by us, by society, that sabotage us and stop us from earning what we deserve. So, all of this rests on the idea, thinking from very first principles. How do you make money? Well, you can't make money, you can't grow it on a tree. You make money by people giving you money. How do you get people to give you money? Well, you offer them something worth more than the money that they give you. That's how you make a lot of money. See, all humans have desires. They have a current situation, which is where they are now. They're unhappy about something. And they have a desired situation, which is somewhere that they want to get to. Every human at any time, you, me, has a current situation and a desired situation. And people buy things to fulfill their desires. They buy things as a vehicle that they believe will help them get from their current situation to their desired situation. It's actually desire that drives the economy. So if you help people get what they want, they'll happily give you money in return. If you help your audience go from their current situation to their desired situation, they would love to give you money in return. So the way you maximally monetize your audience is actually by maximally helping them get what they want. This income generation game is actually a value generation game. And if you can generate so much value to your audience by helping them go from their current situation to their desired situation, by helping them solve their problems and reach their desires, that's how you make a lot of money. So ethical wealth creation is 100% possible, and it's actually that single idea that drives humanity forwards. So the goal here in this protocol is to find the most profitable segment of your audience. Worded differently, it's to add the most value to your audience. But the thing is, you can't help everyone in your audience achieve everything they want. You have to examine your audience and find a similar transformation that many people in your audience want to make, and you help that group of people solve that transformation, which means you solve one problem that you've probably solved already, you productize it into a solution, and you just give it to your audience so that by solving one problem, you're able to help multiple people who have similar goals and similar problems all achieve their own goals and desires. Don't worry, I'll walk you through this entire process in this monetization protocol. And normally it's either a small segment in a huge transformation, you help a narrow group of your audience achieve huge results, or you help a huge segment of your audience achieve a slightly smaller result. That's normally the way it goes. But it's these positive sum transactions that are the force that drives humanity forwards. It's the core insight of capitalism. What that means is that I can give you $10, you can give me something back that I value more than my $10, and both of us leave the transaction happy, which means it's positive sum. We transact, we both leave happy, which means that we have progressed. Humanity has progressed. And the reason that we're not still living in caves, the reason we've made so much progress in so many different ways in humanity is because of these positive sum interactions. Humans generate value into the world. People think that to get, you have to take, but no, you can get by giving as well. And that means that the better your product, the more money that you make. Many people here have heard of Alex Hormozi, and they've heard how successful he got. The reason he became so successful is because his product was great. His best performing ad of all time basically explained the average gym lord, the average customer that he had, goes from $18,000 per year in profit to $122,000 per year in profit. Their profit like 8x's. So of course, if you actually help people get results that good, you'll make a ton of money because they'll be happy to give you money. They'll be happy to keep giving you money. And as soon as you have something else to sell, they'll keep buying from you. So the reason he was able to make so much money is because he generated so much value to a niche, and that's what we're going to help you do. Second thing, Hamza. The better the product, the more money you make. Hamza's community, and one of the reasons he was able to go from $20,000 to $200,000 a month is because he has a 1% refund rate, which is incredibly low. His churn rate, which means he has a monthly subscription, the amount of people that cancelled per month is 5%. And 4% of them cancelled because they couldn't afford it, 1% cancelled because they're unhappy. People in his community have formed friendships, testimonials, and transformations. And there's this website, school.directory, that analyzes all the different school communities. And his was number one. No, it's number two. It was number one for so long. Anyway, I've screenshot it at number one. Still, number two, absolutely incredible. He has one of the best communities on school. And as a result of that, that's why he was able to make so much money. There it is when it was number one. So, having a great product and honest marketing, how you improve your relationship with your audience after launching an offer. People think that once you launch a product, your audience is going to like you less. But if the product's great and you market honestly, the audience is actually going to like you so much more than they did before you launched the product. And as a result of all of this, it is your ethical duty to make money. It is your ethical duty to help the world as much as you possibly can. And to do that, you need to monetize. You have extreme influence. You have a huge audience at the moment, which means you have an extreme opportunity to provide value to your audience. And they are silently begging you to help them. I'd recommend you come down here and you watch this Hamza video where he explains how he retired his dad. And when he shut down his previous product, it was so good that people inside of the product literally cried. He added so much value that they cried when he shut it down. And his dad was a taxi driver who would often get people smash glass bottles over his head. Because he was able to make so much money, he was able to retire his dad. I'd highly recommend you come down and watch this video. If you have 100,000 subscribers, it's possible to make a lot of money. This is 100,000 people. It's a lot of people. How is it that you're not making at least $100,000 a month? Because either these faulty beliefs or no one's explained to you how you can effectively monetize, which is my mission to solve. So, action steps. Number one, scroll up to the very top and mark this as done, just like that. So you can keep progress of where you are. Number two, introduce yourself as a comment under the post below. Here, there's this welcome page where everyone's introducing themselves. Click on this, leave a short comment introducing yourself. Number three, move on to the next lesson where we'll be revealing the 4-step protocol, the specific steps that you need to follow to go from creator prison to $100,000 a month in creator freedom, which Victor and I have developed this roadmap for the past 4 years. And I've now launched 3 back-to-back offers where I've made $100,000 per month on 3 of them. Victor sold over $1 million online. So we've put our 10,000 hours into figuring out creator monetization so that you don't have to. Very glad to have you here, excited to have you here. Make sure you follow the action steps. If you walk through all of the action steps, you'll reach creator freedom and $100,000 a month, if not beyond. Very excited to have you here, and I'll see you in the next module.